This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hello and welcome to Grilling JR with the voice of wrestling, Jim Ross. This is Paul Bromwell filling in for Conrad this week. JR, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I wish I was on that Speedo shoot on the beach with Conrad, because you know it's going to be very impressive and bodacious, to say the very least. But nonetheless, I'm glad you're with us, and we're going to have fun today.
You know what? If anyone deserves a break, it's him, and I'm glad he's getting a little bit of a break this summer. I know he's having a good time. But, yeah, when he says, Paul, can you help me with JR, Grilling JR? Yes, please. My hand goes straight up. So
good.
I'm excited to be here with you, Jim. And speaking of excitement, it was just over a week ago, AEW was back live on the road in Miami, and, man, I could feel the crowd through the television. What was it like to be there?
Oh, great. It was good. You know, it's so energizing and so much energy in the room. It was, you know, we run mid-sized arenas. So the intimacy of the crowd, and when they make noise, you know, like Austin was sold out. You know, we just been very blessed with our crowds. Love what we do. And they're also very boisterous, and they're also very vocal, expressing what they like and they don't like, so forth. So it's great. It's hard to imagine that we went so long without crowds there, and how we were able to pull it off. You know, I think people overlook that. I think Tony Khan and his group, our team, made it look easier than it was, quite frankly, without breaking my arm, patting myself on the back as a monsoonism. But our team has done well in that environment. But getting back on the road was I can see the excitement just in the expressions, body English. I thought that, like you mentioned to Paul about Miami, it was so motivational. If you can't get into that environment and with those crowds, you know, as they were, you know, you might be in the wrong business. I can tell you that, and the other thing that's kind of overlooked, you know, the way that Tony Khan writes these TV shows, we start off big and we end big. So you book in what you perceive will be must-see matches. And it all starts for me with what starts the show. And I thought that Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall, because I refuse to call him Marshall. Shivani can if he wants to. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it. Marshall. But QT rose to the occasion, had one of his best outings maybe ever in his life. But Cody and QT kicking it off like they did was big time. And I hope that they understand what a contribution they made that night to get us started on the right foot and set the tone in the room, set the tone in the arena for this show. So I had a blast, and you forget how important that audience is for a live presentation. So it was great. You know, we're not doing tennis, we're not doing golf. We need noise,
right?
You know, and I'm looking forward to the day that fans bring their posters and their signs, kind of like the old Attitude Era. We'll see some of those signs probably here in this show. But I think signs are kind of a cool thing, because it's not only good market research. What are you thinking about? You're thinking, you know, you get to, it just adds to the ambiance to me. And as still a longtime fan, and I am still a fan, that those signs, I think, just are kind of cool. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad we're back in a live audience. Our ticket sales going forward are good. You know, we're going to be finished up Austin. We're going to go to, where are we going? I got it here. Garland, Texas, which is essentially the Dallas Metroplex, the 21st, and then Charlotte on the 28th. So the month of July is good. We're hopping, and the tickets are for sale. Chicago's got a lot of stuff coming its way. So we're we're blessed. Our fans are loyal and they're terrific. And I love the fact that they're outspoken. Got no problem with that. And, cause I heard plenty of that when I had my WWE faux pas a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Some of them were fine. Most were fine.
Yeah.
Some seem to have the desire to take their animosity or their disappointment or their critiques or whatever you want to call it to a little bit a personal level. I don't think it's necessary, quite honestly. It got personal, and so a lot of the information was incorrect. Well, JR had a stroke. I never had a stroke. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Right.
I've had Bell's palsy 3 times. But, in the heat of battle, man, we got no net out there. We're not doing redos. We don't have stand-ins. And so sometimes you get carried away and oops, there it goes. So in any event, I'm living a dream, man. I'm loving it. And back with these live crowds is a cherry on the sundae, the sauce on the ribs, shall we say.
There you go. It blows my mind you mentioned that, but JR, you worked with that company for what, 25, 30 some years, it feels like. So give me a break.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to give you a break anymore, Paul. That's not acceptable.
Right.
With a young, defiant demographic that believes that they know what's best in every topic that they discuss. And maybe they do know what's best.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that their opinions are less than mine. I'm just saying that sometimes they come with erroneous information and it discounts their opinion when they provide data that isn't true or accurate. So, like the stroke. Well, let's give him a break. He had a stroke. Or let's give him a break because he lost his wife.
Yeah.
Do we have to go there?
I know.
Do we really need to go there? I made a mistake. Simple as that. Hell, I made another one last week with Excalibur. I called him Mark. That's what I call him all day. Maybe that's my mistake. I told him at the show, we were laughing about it. I said, well, let's make a headline or two. He laughed. I said, let me tell you how I explain this or how I feel about this. It wasn't right. I mean, it was a slip.
Yeah.
But the issue is that when I first met Excalibur, I didn't know who he was. I'd never seen his work. I knew he came from PWG.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to savewithconrad.com.
That environment, I knew he had a lot of friends that were with us in our startup, which is fine. But to me, he was a talent. Since then, over the last couple of years, he's become my friend. So Excalibur is my working guy. He's my associate. But Mark is my friend. So I got in friend mode, I guess, inadvertently. Shame on me. In any event, hey, it's just you're sitting there with a no net, buddy, and when you don't have a net, I love that. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
And so I still have I think the best job in pro wrestling. I got 2 great partners with Shivani and Excalibur. So, I look forward to still going to work every week, Paul. It's a fun gig.
Listen, and
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.